I have been busy building the Embervale Botanical Gardens here in Enshrouded, but more about that a little bit later. Hello there all you absolutely magnificent people, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays. We talk about nature while playing games. My name is Will, I'm an ecologist by training, and this is Enshrouded. We are back in the world of Embervale, and we're just making our way further south in the Nomad Highlands. Yes, we have gone to the Kindlewaste a bit, but we're just back here in the Nomad Highlands because, well, we need to go get the almanac, which would be here at Surat's Rest, just up ahead here. So that is where we are heading. Oh, hello there. Yeah, I must say, I'm quite enjoying being an archer. We can finally snipe these guys from a distance. You know what? We are going to just... Oh, we can't place a flame altar here. Okay, maybe we can place it over here. There we go. Just, you know, in case we die, we can at least respawn up here. Now, we are going to have to be careful here. I have died multiple times in the past here in Surat's Rest. But this is the first time I'm actually playing as an archer, so maybe this time around I'll actually stay alive. Wouldn't that be nice? Ah, there's my nemesis. One of these guys. Luckily, we've got Link. Unfortunately, we ran into things. And he's dead. Yeah, I don't like those berserkers, but at least they give us legendary runes, which is nice, I guess. Well, one at least got trapped in his own little snare there, in his gin trap. Interesting, gin traps, illegal to use in South Africa, yet some people do still buy it and sell it. Actually, oh, that's a bomb. Buy and sell it. Oh, got destroyed by that. They buy and sell it in order to get rid of jackals. Unfortunately, of course, a lot of other animals also get trapped in the gin traps then, and then they die a very slow and painful death because they can't escape from them. Oh, there is another berserker below us, and I suspect, yeah, he has found us. Yeah, good luck catching up to us. Now, at least we can fire at him from a distance. It seems like in order to be a good archer, you have to be mobile. You have to just keep moving. Follow Dory's advice and just keep moving. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. And it isn't running away, it is tactical repositioning. I seem to be doing that a lot this evening. There we go. Ah, yes. Now this looks like a place where there may be an arena battle happening. Or at least some kind of boss fight here. Now, where's the big lady we've got to fight? Oh, I hear a matron. Oh dear, I just went straight for it. Straight down there. Oh dear, there's a berserker as well. Oh, you know what, this is just absolutely fantastic. Exactly what I had in mind, you know. Alrighty. Now, being here should allow us to at least get the berserker sorted if he is coming after us. There he is indeed. And he is dead, so that's one fewer enemy to worry about. There she blows. Oh, this is actually doing quite a bit of damage against her. You know what, we may as well just stand up here and bombard her. I actually made quite a few shroud arrows to try and get rid of her. But there we go. Easy peasy. And now it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Okay, I think that was everyone. But, very importantly, we've got the Almanac of Plants and Seedlings. And this is going to allow us to actually cultivate quite a few other plants that we weren't able to cultivate up until now. Let's just check whether there's anything useful over here. I think there is something down there. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, nice windy staircase down there. Ooh, something's glowing down here. There's a golden chest there as well. And, oh, Gabrielle Fairburn. Interesting. So we've got another soul that we have rescued. Marvelous. Looks kind of like a paladin, actually. And now, I do believe there was one other thing we needed to get, and that is somewhere to that side. There should be a tower that has some goodies for us. But you know what? We may as well just go make it daytime. Plus, it means we can place down the almanac over here. Let's put the almanac right over here. And that is going to allow us to actually make rooibos tea, finally. And the rooibos tea here will give us some nice stamina regen, whereas the chamomile tea gives us health regen. But 30 stamina and instead of plus 20 stamina. So that is, and an extra 5 minutes that it lasts. So that is actually quite nice. And I think, we need a beehive smoker indeed. So a new quest. And also a quest to get a loom, which will be at East Lapis. We'll probably get to that next time. But the alchemist also has a quest for us, and he is in need of a laboratory. So the next tier of workshops that we'll be able to build to then create even better items. I did just notice that there's also a face paint palette that we can get here in Surat's Rest. Oh, hello. You guys are back. I didn't know you guys were back already. I thought we had a bit more time before everybody started respawning, but apparently not. Now, I think we need to get the face paint palette up here somewhere. Aha, I think I see it right up here. Indeed, verily verdant. Oh, that is lovely. Okay, I do love having green armor, so I'm going to really look forward to actually dyeing my armor green. Right, so now let's go to the other spot, because I do believe... Oh, hello there. There is some loot still to be got. And another berserker. Because, you know, how many ever we have been fighting is not enough. But at least this one's dead. And there we go. Nice silver chest over here with some limestone blocks. So I think that is what we were after. Oh, we also collected an ornate flute here, which is marvelous. I do believe we would have gotten a quest to collect the flute later on. Oh, wonderful. Just fell off a rooftop. And another berserker. Sheesh. As if we haven't had enough of these guys yet. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dodge out of his way continuously, shoot an arrow, dodge, shoot an arrow, and kill him. There we go. Right, now I think we are done with Surat's Rest. So you know what? We're going to just deactivate this flame altar right over here. We don't need it anymore. And we're going to drop off some things at our original base. And then we're going to continue where we left off previously. You know, actually, let's not. I'm just going to quickly glide on over to just before that cavern we fought at previously. There where the scavengers are guarding the tunnel. Because during my explorations off screen, I encountered a plant there that I missed when we were there last time. So let's just quickly have a look here. It's growing in a sandy spot right up here, I do believe, just before the cave entrance. Let's just have a look here. I think it's growing in this fertile spot over here. There it is. There it is. Yes, right over there. That is saffron. This is our first saffron we are encountering. Ooh, I did just get a Ring of the Ancients up there. That I think is quite a nice one to get. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, indeed. So that was in the chest right up there. I think this is my first Ring of the Ancients that I've gotten. Health regen, mana regen, stamina regen, melee damage, magic damage, and ranged damage. That is marvelous. Alright, now we are going to chat about saffron in a moment, but let's just head on over to our little campsite over here. And we're just going to make our way along the road over here. I do believe there is a settlement right up here. Yeah, it does look like it. Now, settlements like these would usually be established in areas where there is water present. And it's quite possible that there is groundwater in the area here, which is why they would have established a settlement over here. So, water that is close enough to the soil surface for a relatively shallow well to actually gain access to. Aha, there is a guy down there. Not sure what level these enemies are. Level 23. Yeah, I think we should be able to take them on. Now we do have quite a few quests to actually complete around here. We've got a sun temple to do, and I do believe there is a sickle scythe in there, so not necessarily looking forward to doing that one there. We've got the beehive smoker, and we've got another music sheet that we can grab as well. So let's do the music sheet first. I think that one may be the easiest. It should be right down here. So this is the faraway tavern. I don't think these enemies can even get to me up here, but that's probably not going to stop them from trying. Ah, there's a music sheet. That's what I was looking for. Oh, hello there. No, 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 no. There's a berserker there. Not too keen on the berserker. There are some scavengers up ahead as well. I'm most likely actually going to place a flame altar right up here as well. This is what I usually do when I take on the sickle scythe in here. And of course there is another berserker. So we are fighting all of the berserkers today. Okay, and defeating them in the process. Hey, Bomberman, just go away. Now, before we actually talk about saffron, notice here, right over here, we've got one of these shroud mushrooms growing. Now, not the shroud roots, this is just one of those shroud mushrooms, and it is constantly pumping spores into the air to, of course, infect new hosts. But notice below it, you've got a fell individual that is splayed out on the ground. So it had infected that fell individual there. That fell person then came all the way over here, scratched around for a nice spot to die, passed away, and then this fungus sprouted from its back and is now producing new spores. And this is very similar to what you see with the fire cordyceps or the other cordyceps fungi. They are often known as zombie ant fungus because, well, they do this, but to ants. But there are also species that infect a variety of other invertebrates. I, for example, have seen this one, which has infected a harvestman. And that harvestman eventually died. And those little things you see sprouting from its back, yeah, those are the spore-producing organs, similar to this fungus that I have just destroyed over here. Just torn cloth on that individual. Shame, shame, shame. This, of course, then being the Sun Temple entrance. Now, yes, we do have a respawn point here, but I am going to put up a flame altar outside in any case, so that I can fast travel to this spot quite easily. And you know what? We're not going to do the Sun Temple today. We will leave that for next time, I think. But you know what? What we are going to do now is first repair our equipment here. And then let's quickly chat about saffron. And I think the best way to actually talk about saffron is to go and find some more, because we just have the one now. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to travel back to where we were just now, and we are just going to glide on through here and then go look for some more. Now, interesting, the saffron crocus, Crocus sativus, is a sterile species, and it basically genetically consists of one individual. And the thing is that it is what we call a triploid sterile form. Triploid meaning that it has 3 sets of each chromosome. And therein lies the problem, the reason why they can't reproduce. Because with normal meiosis, if you have an even number of copies of a chromosome, well, then you can easily divide it in 2. Like if you are diploid and you've got 2 copies of each chromosome, well, after meiosis, you have 1 copy of each chromosome in each of the 4 cells. But if you have 3, well, then you can't divide it in 2 now, can you? So triploid plants are generally considered functionally sterile because they can't produce seeds. Examples of triploid plants would be seedless watermelons, but also Crocus sativus, the saffron. And it most likely originated as a hybrid between 2 species, possibly a diploid and a tetraploid species, or due to some kind of genetic mutation that resulted in it, and there's a grapple plant, that resulted in it becoming a triploid form. Now, of course, humans cultivate it for the very red stigmas, which are part of the female parts of the flower, and that is, of course, used as a spice, but it also imbues the food with this rich, yellowish, orangish color when used in cooking. We should actually be looking for them, I think, a little bit more in... Oh, what on earth is that? That is... Oh! There's a shroudy area here with some Shroud Flayers. That is very interesting. But we should be looking for the saffron in more sandy regions rather than in the rocky areas. There are bulbous plants, there are geophytes, so they've got the underground storage organs. They are in the iris family as well, so they would have corms, I think they have, which is a type of underground storage organ. And we'd look for them in places like this, a little bit more fertile, sandy environments. There we go, there's another one right over there, in that fertile sandy patch over there. Now, interesting, we have got some shroud here as well. I just wanted to check, and we can't really see much on the map here. But I think if we head to the north, we may be able to find out what happened to Emily's caravan that was transporting the bee smoker, because well, we do need to get our honey production up and running. And I believe the caravan was on its way from East Lapis, which is in this general area, to the settlement that we were just in, which is Brittlebush. And unfortunately, never arrived there. And now again, we're looking for saffron here in these sandy patches over here. We've got all kinds of other plants growing here. Not a lot of saffron though, interestingly enough. But maybe there is some more saffron in other similar areas. Hello, scorpion. And luckily, the scorpions are friendly, so we can just mosey on through this camp here. Hello. Almost got a fright there with that scorpion as well. We can just mosey on through here. Oh, this well is dry. We can't even use it. Ah, there are some fell there as well. Wonderful. We haven't really fought the fell here in the Kindlewaste, but we are doing that now. Never knew being a ranger would be this much fun, but there we go. I suspect this is Deadly Shroud. It does look very, very red. Let's just have a quick look here. No. Not Deadly Shroud, just normal Shroud. With some enshrouded sand here as well. Where are we? Oh, we're over here. We are not where we were supposed to go. We're supposed to be over there. Oh, took completely the wrong turn there. Okay. Alright, so we'll do that next time. Let's first go have a look at what I have been busy with the past few days. First of all, our little hobbit hole over here is progressing. If you go down the stairs here, you'll find that we now have a bit of a library set up, and the idea is that we're going to have all our storage chests over here. So this is going to be the storage room. Everything will be sorted neatly, but for now it's just still chaos, and I still need to make a lot of magic chests. And then if we go down this corridor, this is our nursery area. So you'll see here all our little seedling trays. This is where we have been cultivating a whole bunch of plants. And then this is, well, our botanical gardens. So let's start at the Springlands area, and of course I have surrounded quite a bit of the area here with a nice big wall to try and protect us against the VUCA that may attack the animals that we are going to eventually place in here. Of course it also acts to stabilize the soil, because I had to fill this area up quite a lot just so that it is, you know, representative of the Springlands, because it actually was a very, very steep area down here. Nonetheless, we've got the Springlands area here, we've got a little path going down here, and of course we have translocated our goats to this area. So 3 of them are running around this area. This is their little home. I'll give you guys a bit of a tour, a proper tour later on. But this is just to whet your appetite. Of course, going through here, you eventually reach the Revelwood section, which is right over here. And then, of course, part of the Revelwood section is the swamps, the Blackmire Marshes. And well, this is the Blackmire Marshes area. But it has a bit of a secret to it that I will tell you about later, not today. Of course, from the Revelwood, we then went to the Nomad Highlands, and if we follow this little path over here, we end up in the Nomad Highlands section over here. That extends all the way to over there. And then the mountains biome will be up there. We're going to have the tropical area, the Veilwater Basin will be down there. But right over here, this area, this arch I have had to build from scratch. This is our desert environment. So we've got some sand dunes here, some fertile sands as well, which actually is an oxymoron, but never mind that. And then right over here, a little secret, a little thing that you don't necessarily expect. Notice how the sandstone here is angled. The idea is that these layers represent what you find when folding occurs. So when there are 2 tectonic plates pushing against one another, and in some cases the layers of sandstone or quartzite, they get pushed up at an angle. And that is what we saw over there. It's very similar to what we find here in the southern part of South Africa. We've got the Cape Fold Mountains, which have got layers of sedimentary rock that are angled very similar to that. So it's a little bit of my home country that I've placed in the botanical gardens there. Of course, we've got lots and lots and lots of work still to do. You can see here there are no plants here. I have been cultivating plants, but we need a laboratory to cultivate most of the plants that we have got in the Kindlewaste. So that's going to take a bit more time, but after the next episode, we should be able to do that. I think that is where we are going to end today's episode there, everybody. So thank you very much for joining me on our little berserker killing episode. Hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun as always. I'll be back on Tuesday with another Coral Island episode, and then next Friday with another Enshrouded episode. So until then, everybody, stay safe. I'll see you all soon. Cheers!